All right, so I got PSTV, PSTV pulled up here, and I'm gonna try to break this down uh, as good as I can for you guys. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do more videos. People have been asking for more videos, so I'm gonna try to put them out there. Okay, so in this today, big supernova we got here coming from 380s. Well, not the 380s. Well, it's gap on pre-market coming from $3, whatever, all the way up to 1672. That's a big move. It's a massive supernova we got here on a Friday at that. This is good. This is good. We have some volume. We have some volume in the market. We've been lacking volume for a few weeks now. Um, okay, so let me just jump on the daily here and break this down. So PSTV today, today we had a gap up. Now this area here, this is the area right here. This is the area here, and put a line there for you guys. Um, that little gap here to close right here. So I was watching this area. I was watching this area for this thing to turn around with these earnings. I was watching this area for this thing to turn around, and just like RKDA yesterday and Monday had a gap close and go. And you can see this is exactly what this did. So we have this little gap here to fill in pre-market. It's trying to let me get back. No, I'm not gonna go there yet. So this level here, this area here, it's a gap to fill here. So I was watching that area right there. Um and I'm jumping what's this? Pull this up here. Okay, so now this is the gap close area right here. This is the gap close price right here at about 976, 970, right around 970s. This thing here was holding up this 780 area in pre-market, holding up this area in pre-market. So right around 940 right here, it was in this little channel here. Oh God, I hate this thing. So market, it's this thing was up over 100% in pre-market. Market opens. A lot of people. Angelo got this move here. A lot of people got this quick spike here. This washout right here. I came off this. Wanted it to touch VWAP, but it didn't. I got in anyway, and I got a little squeeze up, and for a little profit on the day. But this area, this 940 area right here, this little pivot right here, is where I was watching because initially I'm watching for this gap. This is the gap close right here at 976, 970s, right around there. This is the area I was watching for this thing to turn around, right? But at the same time, I'm watching this move here. I'm watching this move, and to me, I see a B, C, D setup going on. Now I know a lot of people don't trade these patterns, but I do. I trade these patterns. These patterns work. So I'm also watching this thing right here. So and if you look in chat, when this thing right here started to form this morning, um, this 940 area right here, I'm looking for a breakout to happen and to run right into the gap close price. It was like a 30 cent, 40 cent window in this little space here. If this thing would have took run from 940 to 976 where the gap closes, that's a nice little profit window right there. So I was looking for that. So and you can see me jumping me jump in chat here. You can see I posted in chat this morning, 9:37. Now watching for the break of 9:40. I posted in chat. And you scroll down, you see again at 9:38, watching this 9:40 area. Scrolling down, I keep posting in chat. I keep saying it. Then we had a pullback. I said, nice pullback, 9:40. Let's go. Still watching that 9:40 area in chat. And I got in. I got in right around one of these candles. I don't have my chart up. I got it on this candle here. I believe my price was around 935, 936 where I got in for this move, for this breakout to happen. And I posted in chat that this thing is ready to go. Boom, it happened. And I held through this for this push here all the way up to $10. So I got in around 930, 936, I believe I got in, and I held through all the way up to $10. This thing went up to like 1020, and I got out. And that was my trade. That was my second trade. This wash right here, I got in, and then this whole move right here. This whole move right here. But if you jump on a 5-minute chart here, pulled up the 5-minute chart here. You see this move here on the 5-minute. This breakout right here. I'm gonna break that down. This breakout here. Now, this is real interesting. Let me get back on the 1-minute chart. Pull this back up for you guys. So when this breakout happened here, what caused this breakout here is actually this gap here. Another gap close and go. This gap here at 976 area. I'm jumping back and forth. Bear with me here. Trying to break this down for you guys. When that gap right there closed right here. This is the gap close price. This line here. You can see it closed it here. Once it closed it, it tested again. It retested here and breakthrough, came back and then curled around and test that level again and held support. You can see it here, right here. It tested that gap close level and it held support right here. And it went out and got halted. At that point right there was my confirmation that this thing is going to the moon, right? This thing is going to the moon. So I waited around, and here it is. Here it is. Trade number 3. Waited around for this thing to resume. And come on. Bear with me, guys. There it is. There it is. Waited around for this thing to resume right here. You see how the gap up here. And it came down. Try to close the gap, and I tried to get an entry somewhere in here, but I wanted it to close this gap and hold support. I wanted it. Come on. This is gonna be a long video. Right here. Okay, so at this level here, I wanted let me zoom in on this. This level here, I wanted this to close this gap. It didn't quite actually close the gap, but I wanted this to become support, so I could get in on one of these, so I could get in for this move, but it didn't. So I was kind of little iffy about getting in right there because it really didn't close the gap here, and I was scared it was gonna dump. But when this flag here formed right here, when this flag here formed right here was the move. This is where I got in for this move here. For this move. You gotta see these patterns, guys. You gotta see these patterns. They are so predictable. They're so predictable. You gotta break these charts down. They are so predictable. Here is the gap close price, right? Here we go. The gap close price around 976. This thing held support on the third try. It didn't quite close it on this candle here. You see it kissed it right there. Come back, curl around, kissed it again right there. Come back, curl around again, kissed it again, and then held support on this candle. Held support on this candle. Took off into a circuit breaker and got halted here. Formed this flag here, confirmation for the next push, the next leg up. It's so predictable. It makes no sense how predictable these. You just have to pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to what's going on these trades. So that's about it. I didn't trade this move here, after hours or whatever. I didn't. After my trades this morning, I was done. It was Friday. I wasn't looking for this thing to do much more for the rest of the day because for the simple fact that it was Friday, and I don't trade power hour on Friday or anything like that on Fridays. So RKDA, RKDA today. Where are we at? It's just today. So we see RKDA had a red day today. Had a nice red day today. And let me jump back on the daily here. On RKDA. Get these things off of here. Bear with me, guys. I'm doing this thing live. No editing, nothing. I'm just doing this. So I broke this chart down in my last video about RKDA and this gap right here, this gap close here, gap close and go, which is this candle. You see this gap here, and then we had a gap close and go setup. It wasn't until today that I went back and reviewed this chart again and noticed how history is really repeating itself with this thing, because you can see here on this day right here, it happened right there again. We had a gap here. Let me get this. We had a gap here, this price, and boom, on this day we had a gap up, and again we have a gap close and go. So this stock right here, is known for closing the gap and not having reversals. So that's another thing that I was looking at, and I actually wasn't paying attention to that when I made the video yesterday, or when I was trading this this setup. So this right here is actually a risky short, for a lot of people, including myself, though I did not short the stock, but there it is. There it is, right here, right there, right there. Held support, kept going. History repeat itself right here. Held support, kept going. So you gotta look for these things, and I'm sure if you go back in the chart, you'll see more. Gotta look for these things, but I hope this video helped you guys in some way, shape, or form. I'm still in mic stuff again, and I'll be watching this thing on Monday, PSTV. I'll be watching this thing on Monday for continuation, or we'll see we'll see what happened with it. But if you could see here, this thing held support. This thing held support at the gap close price right here, and that happened. Closed strong, okay, and closed real strong. So we'll see on Monday how this trades. That's it. Have a good night, guys.